Instagram and YouTube. We have an interesting interview tonight with a lady from Texas. She's been through a lot in her life, and she gonna tell us a little bit in this interview. Very interesting, Lady T interview. Check it out. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. All right. Have a blessed one. Enjoy the interview. Here we go. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. So we is live in the penthouse suite, and we got a long interview with Lady T, straight from Texas. Welcome to Medeo's TV, and we gonna get right into the interview, and hopefully you guys like it. All right, Lady T, live from the Texas scene. So, where did you grow up? And tell tell well well you can't, you got to talk into the mic. I'm gonna give it to you. We want to know where you grew up at and how was your upbringing.
I grew up in a foster home. At the age of 10, was given away to orphanage. Lived in Lubbock, Texas. Uh, then my stepfather stopped drinking. I was able to go home at the age of 15, and then he said you could stay home as long as you graduate high school. Graduated high school at the age of 19 in Amarillo, Texas.
Amarillo.
hmm
Okay.
And just grateful, that I was able to graduate high school. Had a child at 16, graduated at 19.
hmm Okay. The next question. The next question is, so you say you went to an orphanage. The very first day, how old was you, first of all? She was 10, guys, when she went to the orphanage. The very first day of you walking into this orphanage, what was going through your 10-year-old brain at the time?
Well, it didn't feel good to be taken away from your mother and your father. But it did teach me dedication, determination, and discipline, and how to be, responsible,
Mm-hmm.
how to clean, how to cook, your responsibilities. So
Mm-hmm.
it was in how to be a virtuous woman. So it was a blessing.
Mm-hmm. And so you picked out this wine that we are drinking, and tell the people what's the name of this wine.
Colorasi wine.
Colorasi wine, guys. If y'all ain't never had this Colorasi wine, y'all need to try it. It's real nice. Okay. Now, how long was you in this orphanage, and was you ever adopted to rich parents, as the dream goes when you in a foster home? You want to be adopted by rich white parents.
I was in there for 5 years, and then I was able to go back home with my mom and my stepfather.
Mm.
Yeah, so ended up taking care of my mom as cancer, having cancer. Dad a diabetic, so you know the Lord just used me to take care of him, and it was a blessing to be able to go back home with my family.
Oh, okay. So, oh, five long years, guys. She was in a foster home. Did you get in any fights?
No,
Was there any fights in front of you?
no.
Okay. It was a church type of. Okay. Okay. All right. So when you went back home to your foster parents, How was you treated?
I was treated good, you know, respectfully, and my mom. We built a close relationship,
Mhm.
a tight bond. So it was really a blessing.
Oh, beautiful.
So until she rested her soul, 9/11, 2012.
9/11, 2012. Oh, may she rest in peace. Now, how old are you when you leave the home of your foster parents? Like everybody jumps off the porch at a certain age. And what jumping off the porch just means you didn't left your mama's house and you venturing off in the streets. So at what age did you jump off the porch, as they say on the West Coast?
You gonna be alone or to be back home with my parents?
What time did you? What age was you start hitting the streets?
16.
Okay, so she jumped off the porch at 16, guys. Basically, okay. Now you 16 now. What you doing on the streets, and what's going on at this time? Is you still living with your foster parents, or is you out running the streets running amok
Ended up getting my own apartment.
at 16?
Hmm.
Okay, wow.
And
Wow,
working at Walmart.
at 16.
4 credits in high school to work half a day.
Oh,
And
okay.
finished at 19 because my birthday's late in
Mm.
June.
Okay, okay. Wow. Well, I tell you guys, we got an interesting lady here. Interesting Lady T. Y'all getting a treat tonight. Y'all is getting a treat. Okay. She's gonna tell a story. Okay, so got your own apartment at 16. Got a job working at Walmart at 16. You got a car?
Yes.
She got a car at 16. I tell you, she wasn't bad chick.
Chevrolet Cavalier.
She had a Chevrolet Cavalier, yo.
She ended up with a GL President.
Okay, okay. Beautiful. So, so you 16 with all these good things. How did you lose it?
Ended up getting pregnant by a young man that was not good for me. But then I returned back home to get myself back on my feet once again because the guy was on drugs. Didn't know nothing about drugs because I was young, you know, but ended up going back home and living with my mom and taking care of her because she had cancer.
It's always a male. Damn penis. All the damn time. It just gets the girls. Now, you fell in love with a bad boy, basically. A bad boy. So, was he always say in life, when you meet a person, they're gonna bring you up or they're gonna take you down? That is the truth in any type of relationship that you get in. The person is gonna do two things when you meet a man or a woman. They either gonna elevate your life and take you higher in life, or they are gonna take you down and keep you down. So I've always said that. Ain't that true, Abigail?
Yes.
Okay. So how did you get away from him? Because
I ended up
I know you. Wait, hold on.
going to get
I'm gonna give
myself.
you the microphone in a second. Um, how did you get away from him? Because I know it had to become a point where you said, enough is enough. I done lost a lot of shit due to this man. So tell us about that.
So I ended up going to get my stuff, leaving work, and packing my stuff and went home to my mom.
Mm.
Left the apartment it was paid up. But I said, it's not worth staying in this because it could lead to more trouble for me, and it's not healthy for my child.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back home and got myself together.
Oh, okay.
And I ended up getting me another place again, but I built myself again though, and didn't go back.
Didn't go back. Beautiful. See, now that's a strong woman. It takes will power to get away from a person. Okay. So, well, that's good. So you moved on, went to your mom's, got your life together. Now, eventually, you jumped back off the porch again. Okay. Now, tell us about that. Now, how old was you? Now you got a baby. Okay. You got a kid now. You didn't jump off the porch again. Now we at 19. I love this. We getting down to the nitty gritty. All right. So at 19, Lady T then jumped off the porch again. Let's see what she got into this time. Here we go.
I got a house this time.
Okay, she got a
It was
house.
a 3-bedroom house. I was on housing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Still working at Walmart. Uh, Started working at a warehouse called Hastings Warehouse,
Uh-huh.
and I did pretty well.
Oh, beautiful.
Didn't lose that.
Okay.
So
Well, see, moving right along. Life can put you in different situations. So, 19, we got our shit together. We looking good, feeling good, smelling good. Everything is good. So what happened? Did another man come along? Okay.
I stayed celibate for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to deal with anybody.
Okay, she stayed sober for 4 years, guys. So we moving on to her 25th year. Okay, we going into 25. Doing pretty good from a kid that was in a shelter, a foster home. Doing good, moving up from that to her own place at 16. Doing good, bouncing back from a small tragedy to 19 and ruling your world again. All right. Now at 25, what you up to?
I'm moving to Dallas.
Here we go. Tell us what's going on at 25.
Ended up moving to Dallas. Had a disabled son. Had to get surgeries done. He was born disabled.
Okay.
Um, Ended up moving down here. Started at working at Denny's as a waitress.
Oh, beautiful.
Living in a duplex. I wanted to be closer here to Dallas. To the hospital to where his surgeries in case he needed to run back for any reason
Mm-hmm.
after surgery. Because that was a 6-hour drive to Amarillo and a 6-hour drive back to Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
back and forth. So I said it's best just to move closer to the hospital
Yeah.
for my child.
Yeah. Trying to take care of him. That's right.
He's now getting ready to be 25 and has a wife.
Strong man.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Beautiful. We is glad to hear it, guys. He's doing good. All right. Never. They can't keep a handicapped person down, no matter what you're born with, no matter how life try to throw you lemons. Just make some lemonade and keep on trucking. Okay. Now, you had some tragedy that struck in your life. You met a whack job of a man. First of all, we're gonna go through the quick. Who is the favorite? Who is your favorite? We should play a game called Who's Your. No. We should play a game called Who's Your Favorite, and then we're gonna get to tragedy striking in Lady T's life. Tupac or LL Cool J? Who's your favorite?
Tupac. Tupac.
Tupac it is. Okay. Uh Teddy Pendergrass or Rick James? Who's your favorite?
Teddy Pendergrass.
Turn them off. Turn off the lights. Okay, okay, that's a good one. Eddie Murphy or Cat Williams? Who's your favorite?
Eddie Murphy.
She said Eddie Murphy. Now you're gonna have to tell us why you pick Eddie Murphy.
I mean, I just like Eddie Murphy, the way his style is.
He's pretty funny, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a funny guy. Okay, okay, all right. Well, one more. It's gonna be about a singer. Usher or who's the guy? Who's the guy that? Well, forget it. I can't remember his name. Usher or who can I put Usher? Chris Brown. Okay, Usher or Chris Brown. Who is your favorite?
Usher.
She went with Usher Raymond, going around giving out the herpes, giving out the herpes to all the women. Oh yeah, you need to look that up. You didn't know Usher give out herpes? Oh girl, you need to get up on Usher.
I like the music.
You know what I mean, allegedly. Now don't sue me, Usher, but allegedly you giving herpes out. Okay. So yeah, but he is a good singer though.
Chris Brown as well.
Yeah, Chris is my man.
I like his music.
Between Usher and Chris, I'm gonna have to go with Chris all the time. Yeah, we'll look it up later. We'll look it up later. Usher allegedly giving out herpes. It was a whole thing. And he had to pay a girl $1 million because he gave her herpes. Allegedly, allegedly. Don't sue me, Usher. Allegedly, yeah. So we gonna look it up. This big old girl came out and said Usher did her and gave her herpes. She was like 500 pounds. You remember that, Abigail? Okay, Abigail don't remember that. Okay, okay. So you met a whack job of a man, and he tried to take your life. And by the grace of God, Lady T is sitting with us to do this interview today, straight from Texas, baby, live from Texas. Now, could you tell us? You ain't got to go into a whole lot of detail, but you can tell us how did he try to take your life, uh, and how did you get away from him, and how you feel about it today. Here we go.
Well, I'm going to start with the night before. He asked God to forgive him for intimacy, so it was really premeditated death. So then the next morning, I wake up. He says, well, you were talking to somebody on your earbuds. I said, no, I just woke up. So then I said the Our Father in Heaven prayer. So then he says, why don't you turn off the light? So I told him, well, we're getting ready to go to an interview. And you're right, you're close by the light. Why don't you go ahead and cut the light? So then he slams the door. He said, I'm the king. You do what I tell you to do. So then he goes and takes me into the bedroom and open-handedly slaps me in the face. So then I get up, I turn off the light, I sit back on the bed.
Turn that light off now, ain't she?
So then he tells me, he continues to tell me that I'm not going nowhere. Mm-hmm. And I talked him out of getting out the front door. So I got up, opened the front door, started walking to my car. He said, you're going to lock the door? I just was shaking my head and not responding. So then I got in the car, locked the door, and I had 911 on the phone. Put my car into reverse. All I could hear was a shatter of the passenger, the driver's seat window was shattering. So then he rips my bra and my shirt off of me. And then he hit me in my head, in the back of my head with that cement cinder block. He gets it from the mailbox. You can see him. So then I lean to the passenger seat and the brick falls. So then I rose back up. Instead of running on the side of the house, he decides to run inside the house. I took off running because he took the keys out the ignition. So I get to the neighbors. The grace of God, the screen door and the big door is unlocked. Mama Adams, she says, "What happened? What happened?" She was really upset because I had been cooking for her American food because she's an African lady and taking her children to church. So I make sure that the big door in the front is locked and the back door is locked. And she says, "Go in Bass's room. Do you need me to call 911?" I said, "No, they're already on the phone." So she gives me another shirt because I was bloody, blood gushing from the back of my head. And then the ambulance get there and she calls 911 as well. But then she gives me a towel to hold the towel on my head for the pressure. And then I get to the hospital and I tell them to give no name. Then I go to my Holy Ghost filled sister's house and they paid for the taxi for me to get away from there. And never to turn back. I divorced him.
Could you tell us how long did he got in prison for that?
2 years for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
2 years.
I don't know what kind of attorney he had, but it was
He had Johnny
that should
Copper's
that
son.
was
I don't know how he got off.
that was actually attempted murder.
Yes, this man supposed to be.
Because I have 4 staples in the back of my head.
This man should be doing 25 to life or something. He got 2 years for trying to kill this woman.
And then he calls back, finds my number, calls back. Right after he gets out of prison, says, "Can you come back to me?"
Come on back to me.
I said, "No."
I won't do it.
I said, "I would never, because I'd be in a closed room and you could flip because something's wrong with your mind. Yeah. And I'd be dead." Yeah. I said, "I love myself. First and foremost, I love Jesus. I love myself and I love my children. And my children won't have me if I come back to you." I said, "I forgive you, but there's no turning back."
Yes. Wow. I'm shocked. 2 years for attempted murder. You hit somebody in the head with a cement block.
In the house. We're going to an interview. Actually, we were getting ready to go to an interview for a warehouse.
Yeah.
I mean, he just hit me really hard with his hand.
Oh, wow. This dude was a psychopath. Now, Lady T here has ran across a lot of psychopaths in Texas. So it tells me that it's a lot of crazy dudes running around Texas because Lady T here didn't run into a whole lot of them. Okay. One of them tried to kill her. Okay. Or unalive her. Because we putting this on YouTube too. And you can't say kill. You got to say unalive. One of them tried to unalive her. So thank God that she was able to get out of that situation. And we glad you're still here today. You know, that wasn't nothing but the Lord, okay, putting his hands on you. That wasn't nothing but the Lord standing by you saying, it's not your time yet. Okay. Yeah, I'll get with you later. Okay. But you're going to have to get away from this psychopath dude. Okay. That's what that is. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I hear you are in nursing. Now, could you tell us how long you've been in nursing, the nursing field?
33 years.
And how long, what made you want to get into nursing?
Well, I wanted to be a registered nurse. I have a heart for people, you know, helping others. So I started, my stomach had to get strong on being a caregiver, CNA, and changing people, because you have to do that in continent care and, you know, cleaning the dining room, you know, turning them side to side, bathing them.
Yeah.
But after I done that, then I started doing private nursing. Then I went to college. I wanted to go to college, so I passed the test and finished for medical assistant. We have to practice on one another for drawing each other's blood and blood pressure and charting, and you just have to pass everything. And I did the best in college with a 4.0 average.
Beautiful.
It was something that I wanted. So when you want something, you put your all into it. I actually didn't study with anybody in college. I studied by myself, had my own computer. You have to go to a computer class where you type and you have to know all the keys before you actually are able to finish the class.
Yeah, you gotta be able.
And then the spin for the urine.
Is that when you gotta be able to look away and type
Mm-hmm.
without looking at the?
Yeah, the keyboard. You have a book in front of you,
Mhm.
and you have to look at the keyboard.
Mm.
Um, and not actually your hands are not looking. You have your hands placed, and it shows you exactly after you study.
Mm.
You have your hands placed on the keys. You can't look at the keyboard. You have to look at the screen and type as fast. You have a certain time limit to do it, and you have to pass that. Your charting and your like the urine tests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could be a phlebotomist. You could be, well, like I worked in a chiropractor's doctor because that's where I did my clinicals.
Yeah.
Lumbar cervical traction. I did the TENS unit. Called the patients back. Did the dictation of the notes for the X-ray.
Interesting. She is a woman of many talents. Many talents. I tell you, she can survive lunatics and she can save your life at the same time. Hello. Now, very interesting story you have, lady. Where do you see yourself? And we talking working wise. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, working wise, professionally?
In a medical office.
In a medical office.
Doing the files.
Okay. Not no patients.
Just the office part. Exactly what I'm going to take in college. Okay. Billing and coding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or either that or having my own houses where I have the elderly in there.
Yep.
And license it where I have people working for me. And I just get the houses and rent them out and get the license to be able to do it, to run it, and have people working for me.
Tell the viewers what make you want to have that type of.
Because you see so many in nursing homes or in assisted living homes, and they're not being taken care of. Some of them don't even have people come see them. They just want love, you know? And they're neglected and abandoned. It's very sad. So I mean, it's the same as children, you know, they go through the same thing. So I mean, they even have a home with children that have disabilities. Like my son has arthrogryposis, a deformity of all the limbs. So they have homes like that too. Either or, you know.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. Well, I got to bring y'all the real out here. Okay. Got to bring the real out here. Now, have you heard anything about they want to start a race war in America? They want a race war, white against black. Have you heard that? No, it's everywhere. I don't know how you ain't heard that. It's all over. Abigail, you heard anything about a race war? Yeah. Okay. A race war could potentially break out in the United States, Lady T. Let me tell you what they want to do. Caucasian men have grouped together and they are saying they're being replaced by blacks, Hispanics, Chinese. They saying that they being replaced. So they want to actually cleanse America of anything that's not pure white. You haven't heard of this? Abigail? You heard of this? So what they want to do is start a race war and exterminate anybody that's not white. kill them, shoot each other. Because of course, other people got guns too. So the Caucasian men thinking they the only ones with the guns. I don't know what they thinking. So they got to know that they gonna lose their lives too. Okay, if they go out trying to exterminate anything that's not white, they're gonna get exterminated too. So they should know that. So but they call it for a race war. So if a race war breaks out and people is just popping each other, blacks is popping whites, whites is popping blacks, Chinese is popping whites, Mexicans is popping whites. Everybody gonna be popping whites, really, because they the ones started it, and they want to cleanse America of anybody that's not white. So, how you feel about that?
Yeah, it's a lot of racial, but my thing is, we all bleed the same. So I don't believe in prejudice. You know, I grew up around a father that was born back in the Depression. He never wanted me to date African American, but I went on, like I said, into orphanage and grew up, and that's just what my heart desires. You know, I have dated different races, but I choose my chocolate. That's just what I choose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to say she's a smart woman. Smart woman. Okay, so yeah. Well, I tell you, we covered a lot tonight, and I want to thank Lady T for coming on Medel's TV. Thank you, Lady T.
You're very welcome, baby.
We might have Lady T on again, guys. Let me know how y'all feel down in the comments, and give me your thoughts about tonight's topics and her story. Okay, and this has been Medell TV, and we're gonna bob the head because the music for the start.